ahead and knock this final question out. What wonderful things have y'all done in the last 3 years? I'm going to start with the youth here.
Okay, so one of the answers was everything. I guess they're excited for everything. Just a lot of things about like becoming more involved with the younger kids, like the people that will be coming into EYC in the future. More mission trips. Continue doing the Pride Festival every year for Salisbury. Camp Nazareth. More mission trips. Just become more connected to God. And then somebody didn't understand the question and wrote mission trip to Mars.
Somebody named Ty. Somebody named Tyler.
Hey, I think it could be a good opportunity, guys. I think we should consider.
Can we do it in 3 years, though?
Yeah, we can do it in 3 years. Hey, anything is possible with God.
Anything is possible. Put that there. All right, this team.
So our group talked a lot about like expanding on our current ministries and just really growing the things that we already love. Hopefully our All Saints will be hitting, or our Tour de Saints will be hitting, new numbers of donations that they've been able to raise. We talked about maybe like expanding some of our music ministry. Like we had one person talk a lot about maybe we could even bring in some like modern Christian artists, bring back like a more modern praise and worship band. We also talked about expanding like our youth and family ministry, possibly being able to hire a new person to help Tiffany. And then also like just recruit more volunteers, especially for like men to volunteer with the group that tutors at Fred L. Wilson. So just kind of expanding on the things that we already love about All Saints and seeing that grow.
Well, it seems like my group is the party group. I have parish-wide party, which will be great for fellowship, and picnics in the park we need to continue, and growth in the youth ministry, outside services in the labyrinth. Instead of being in the nave, sometimes we can just be outside, and let's see, supporting church members and families in the darkest times. We just need to increase that. That's good.
This team. No, okay. All right, we got it.
Well, I don't know if Vic is still here, but one of the things we came up with is a balanced budget and beyond, so that we can do things like build in some of the replenishment of the capital things, so we don't have to just always rely on grants or hailstorms. Maybe some more staff, maybe another priest, so that we can share some of these responsibilities. We've been so blessed with deacons being put here, and retired priests who never seem to quite take off the collar. Becoming not only larger, but also have the funding to do more here and beyond out into the community.
Thank you. Randy?
Continue ministries in place today, attract young families, and have wonderful worship services. We have learned new approaches to prayer, open, unscripted, and spiritual. We have grown closer to God and the Holy Spirit as part of the new rector's ministry, with emphasis on the role of the Holy Spirit. We have had opportunities for complete reconciliation within the All Saints Episcopal Church family, and respect the dignity of all people, particularly in regard to race, color, and creed. We have demonstrated openness to new approaches to ministry and worship. And last but not least, we have connected many, many new members to opportunities for service within and beyond the doors of All Saints.
Y'all are very active in these 3 years, and I love it. All right, here we go. This team.
To have an even bigger identity in the community, and everyone sees All Saints as a leader in serving the community, that we have the most moving services in town, and a celebration of a better world.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, so being connected to why we're here today, in 3 years we would have found a new priest. We'll have more growth that leads to expansion, just growing the youth and children ministry, more and new ways of service in the community, more inclusiveness, and a new direction.
All right. Thank you.
Well, in our group, we said that we hope we have continued in 3 years to grow both spiritually and in our membership, that younger generations are taking over some of the ministries that all of us that are older. I found out I'm the oldest member on the search committee. So we need younger people to start taking over some of the ministries that we already are having. That we find a priest who is understanding, that we have found a priest who is understanding, accessible, caring, kind, and easy to talk to.
Thank you. Thank you. Ooh.
Our main theme was taking what we have, this amazing foundation that we have at All Saints, and building on it, making it even better in a big picture way, but then very specifically, we talk about OWLS, the Older Wiser Lady program, and we have yoga, but wouldn't it be great to expand that out into more programs focusing on health for not only our OWLS, but for our community in general?
Thank you.
We have that in 3 years, we will be welcoming new opportunities, that we are youth-oriented, and we have a pastor who is listening and caring, and that we are embarking on a Holy Spirit-led adventure that brings us together in new ways.
I just wanted to make a comment about question number 3, the previous one about pastoral visits and so on. I think one of the problems we have is that sometimes the church doesn't know that someone is going through a crisis or is ill or something. So I think it would be very beneficial to some people that if they're agreeable to let somebody know, that would be good. If someone seems that they feel a pastoral visit would be helpful in the hospital, or just about some other life experience. Quite often the pastor doesn't know and the office doesn't know that there's a problem. And that's why there's no visits to the hospital, or there's no conversation or anything. But just a point, from personal experience, I can think of something in a case where that happened, where the pastor didn't even know I was sick. And so that's just a point.
Yeah, thank you.
We would simply be echoing what we've already heard. So
Wonderful things. Okay. All wonderful things. To Guy's point, I one time found a parishioner was in the hospital because I saw it on Facebook. Don't put it on Facebook. Call your priest. Call your priest. Call your priest. Okie doke. Here we go. All right, Chuck.
Okay, right. So bringing in the reaching out to the marginalized people and bringing them in to discover the love of Christ and our community, and to discover their worth in God, to find new ways of ministry using our spiritual gifts. So discovering not just new programs, but discovering ministries to help us reach out, expand our outreach. Again, party time, events, to have even more events that draw us together into closer fellowship. And what am I missing? Yes, I think I got it.
You can just say party time again.
Party time.
There we go.
Okay, more opportunities to blend the 9 and 11:10 services so that we get to know each other. New ways to support outreach that we are already doing. seeing more people involved in our various outreach programs. A parish retreat, either away or for several days locally, move opportunities to get the two services together, or more opportunities to get the two services together, and highlighting the services of Aya House.
I'll take it. This table? I heard a not me.
Hello again. So a common theme that I heard around the table was essentially continuing to do what we do, but with more expansion, more involvement, potentially even more programs with a focus on youth participation as well as youth programs. And even if that includes a missionary trip to Mars or like a really cool Mario Kart tournament, then just more outreach in that sense, especially because the youth are our future. So the more involved that they are, the more that they communicate with each other, especially in these times, then the more that the Holy Spirit can work through them. So yeah.
Well, a theme at our table was ministry and youth involvement. So the growth of youth and adult formation, youth involvement outside of the church with their social groups, and more new, exciting, vibrant, and joyful ministries. So for instance, more outreach and ministry for 18 to 24-year-olds, or a young women's ministry. All of those things would be so exciting in the next 3 years to really expand, because as others have said, the youth is our future. And really pouring into them and getting them more developed in the church, I think, can bring only good things. So,
did I get everyone on that last one? Okay, so y'all have been fantastic. And of course, I've got one final question for you. You do not have to answer this one around the table, but you can just write it down and leave it on this table when you depart. Okay? So write and depart. What, in your opinion, makes a sermon great? But before that, speaking of great sermons, your interim rector is going to bless and dismiss.
Just a quick story about short sermons. I can't resist because when I was serving a church out in Colorado, we got a new fancy marquee. And I happened to be on vacation. And when I came back, on the marquee, it said short sermons. And so we decided we'd keep it as a marketing tool. It was good. It was hysterical. Thank you all for your time. How about a round of applause for Marion? Ken and Marion will be back Wednesday night to continue, but thank you for all of this. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Now go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.